Good evening and welcome to another edition of Talking Wrestling. My name's Ralph Williams and my co-host Smokin Jim Frazier by way of the telephone tonight. And we are here tonight from the DJ Fun Studios. Call DJ Fun today, 412-545-4317 for all your party, wedding, and special events needs. DJ Fun. And get this, folks, DJ Fun will not rake you over the coals. You know, you call some of these DJs, they want thousands and thousands of dollars, but not DJ Fun. Give him a call today. Graduation parties, birthday parties, all coming up. So give him a call, 412-545-4317. All right, Smokin Jim, it's great to have you aboard here as we're live from the DJ Fun Studios. How are you tonight?
I'm good, Ralph.
Tonight, we're dedicating this broadcast to, in case you're not aware, you did know that my nephew was in a hospital in Youngstown, Ohio. He passed away this morning. I want to thank everyone for their prayers, and I want to thank everyone for the support. And so he passed away this morning, and he's up with the Lord now. And I want to dedicate tonight's show to him, Sean Negley Jr. Thank you. All right, Smokin Jim, let's get on with this. I have some small wrestling news. We're going to do a condensed show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow night we'll be on full force on Blog Talk Radio, 347-205-9631. Tomorrow night, 7:30 start time. But tonight we're going to do a condensed show. First, I got some small wrestling news here. The death of Sarah Lee, that young wrestler, Smokin Jim, that passed away about 2-3 weeks ago from NXT. They had there was reports out that she had killed herself. Well, those reports were erroneous. Okay, they were erroneous. The report is, the actual autopsy report is that she died of an overdose of alcohol.
Wow.
So of alcohol abuse.
So that's sad.
Yeah, it is. Kairi Sane. Remember, she used to team up with Asuka. They were women's tag team champ. Well, she's coming back to the WWE. She was in New Japan Wrestling. Her contract ran out. Triple H offered her a contract. She is coming back. So, all right, Smokin Jim, let's get to the 600-pound gorilla in the room here. Let's talk about WrestleMania this weekend. It's going to be a great weekend, 2 days in Los Angeles, California. So, there used to be an announcer. Do you know Jim Rome, Smokin Jim?
Yeah.
He used to have an announcer when he used to be on live in L.A. He used to have an announcer that would come on when he first did his show on Fox Radio. He would come on and the announcer would go, "This live from Los Angeles. This is the Jim Rome Show."
I like that.
All right. All right, here, we're going to start from the bottom and work our way up. All right, first, they just added this match. It's going to be, let me see here. Okay, here we go. Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Natalia, Shotzi, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez as a team, Natalia and Shotzi as a team, and Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler as a team, and one more to be determined from SmackDown. Now, there'll be one more team to be determined to go up against, or for a fatal four-way tag team match to go to be number one contenders for the women's tag team belts. What do you think of this lineup?
Wow. I tell you what, man, outstanding. Man, that's going to be hard. That's going to be a hard one, but it's going to be exciting for the fans.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a war there. Ronda Rousey and Shayna. Who do you take in this? I think I'm taking Ronda Rousey and Shayna. What do you think?
I never bet against Ronda Rousey, brother. But they come out and say, "We done broke your arms."
We done broke your arms. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Neither one of them. I don't get it. All right. Braun Strowman, Ricochet versus the Street Profits versus the Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders, with an opportunity at number one contenders for the tag team belts of their choosing. Because I'm told after WrestleMania, Smokin Jim, and this is the other breaking news, that they're going to break up the belts. They're going to put Raw in there and Raw and SmackDown. They're coming up with a new belt for SmackDown. It's going to be, I guess, the Universal Championship or something. And the WWE title will go back to Raw because they want to strengthen up Raw's ratings. So in order to do that, and also Smokin' Jim, Triple H's been getting a lot of fanfare out of this, emails, Twitter account, things like that have been blowing up about having this split again. What do you think of that? You like the split, or do you think they should leave everything the way it is?
Yeah, we talked about it last week. Yeah, I like for each show to have their belt, man. It's nice to have a wrestler crossover every once in a while, make an appearance for the fans. But as far as holding the title, man, it should be dedicated to that particular program, in my opinion.
Who do you think's going to take this? There's some good tag teams in this. Well, other than Alpha Academy.
I'm pulling for Flippy. And Braun Strowman.
Yeah, Braun Strowman and Ricochet. Yeah.
But it's going to be hard to beat the Raiders, man. The Raiders is going to be hard to beat. But
yeah, the Raiders are hot right now.
I'll tell you what, man.
They're a heel and they're hot.
Hey, I see that one beautiful girl. I'll tell you what, if I was Otis, man, I'd give up that tag team, brother. I'd be
you mean the ones for the ultimate male? Yeah. They're calling them Otis. They're calling him Otis. Yeah.
That girl is beautiful, man.
Oh, I know she is. I know. And you know what though? Sarah Logan don't look too bad for the Viking Raiders. She's her name is Valhalla or something now. So
Yeah. But, the women of wrestling is beautiful, man.
Yeah. I tell you what though, if you see, I think I sent you a picture of Rhea Ripley without her makeup on. Can you? She don't look that great, but with her makeup on, man, she looks great. I mean, I don't know who does her makeup, but without it, she looks awful. Oh my gosh! How do you say it? The TV doesn't do them any justice, or something like that, or whatever. All right, Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus, and Lita versus Damage Control. Who do you take in this match?
Woo. I tell you what, man. That one Hall of Famer is sexy, brother. Looking good in them jeans and boots and that white top. But yeah, I always go with the man. The man is so tough.
Yeah, you got two Hall of Famers and you got one future coming up in Becky Lynch. Speaking of Becky Lynch, while we're on her, she announced on Twitter this week that she's planning on retiring real soon, probably in the next few years, because she needs to stay home and take care of the child, I guess. Wow. She said bringing the child on the road, her and Seth, it's kind of grueling for them. So she's gonna. She said she's thinking about retiring in the next year or two as soon as her contract's up.
Who's she married to?
She's married to Seth Rollins.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's married to Seth Rollins. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, because if you notice now, when Becky Lynch comes out, they used to say she was from Ireland or wherever. Well, now they say she's from Davenport, Iowa, because that's where Seth Rollins is from, and they're still living in his hometown.
Okay.
Yeah, they live in Davenport, Iowa. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See, like in Pittsburgh here, I'm Pittsburgh's forgotten son. Seth Rollins is Davenport's super son. You know what I mean? Or whatever. Yeah. I'm not going to go there tonight. I'm not. All right, here we go. You ready? I'm waiting for this one. Sir. Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio, and I want Rey to take him to the woodshed. What do you think?
Yeah, it broke my heart, man, to see it. Man, how can you disrespect your mom like that? But, yeah, it's long overdue. You predicted it. I never thought he'd fight his son, but, I mean, his son needs this whooping. And, yeah, so, hey.
I said it. He needs to be taken to the woodshed, Smokin' Jim. No doubt about it. And I mean, I've been saying it, and it's the way it's going. There's a lot of things that I've been saying in wrestling that have been happening, and people didn't believe me. I mean, it was, what I mean? It was crazy.
You've been calling it left
I've been calling it left and right.
Yep. Not just in wrestling, in all sports, bro.
In all sports, yes, I have. I just wish I could do better in the draft. I mean, my Steeler draft last year was way off. I mean, yeah, that's hard to do. I want to apologize to everyone from last night. I had to cancel Sports Corner due to the issues with my nephew, and I had to apologize. I had to be with my family, and we had some meetings and some discussions and some things in regards to my nephew. So I'm sorry that we had to cancel the show last night. But we'll be back next Tuesday. Our guest is Marty Leap. He's going to talk to us about the Pirates and how they're what they're going to look like this year. We're going to get a pretty good idea. We should get a pretty good idea today. Today was opening day for the Pirates. They played. They started out against. I think they're playing the Reds or somebody. I think they played today. That was opening day. Yeah, today I believe it is. So they're going to have, and then they're back next Friday. They play here. Home openers Friday, 4:10 p.m. on the 7th. The day after, we have our great draft show on April 6th. Man, we have a lineup for you. I got Joe Kuglis, I got Luther Dupree, I got Platt, and I got yourself, Smokin, Jim, me, and also Ray Fittipaldo. So we got a real nice cast of characters here for next Thursday for the draft show, and I'm working on more. So,
Oh, that's awesome, brother.
Yep, you know me. I always put a lineup together. You know that.
That's true.
Yep. So, all right, let's get back to this. Let's see here. We already said Rey Mysterio needs to take Dom to the woodshed. Intercontinental belt, Gunther, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus. Who do you pick?
I always go with the Mac attack. It's going to be tough. Like Gunther said, wait a minute, they can pin each other and become champs, and I'm not even involved.
And he's not even involved. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I like what Adam Pearce did. Adam Pearce put him in his place. He was trying to bully him, and he's like, you know what? Don't bully me. I'll make this match worse. I'll make it a fatal 4-way. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'll make it a fatal 4-way. I love Adam Pearce. I'm working on getting him on the show soon here. I'm working on getting Adam Pearce on and a few other guys on the show here.
Who's the one girl that gives him the hard time? Beautiful girl that gives him the hard time. Like, who's in charge here?
Oh, yeah, that's Chelsea Green. Yeah, Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You laugh. I got news for you, and I almost forgot. She might be the general manager of Raw when they do the brand split.
Wow.
Adam Pearce will be SmackDown's general manager, and Chelsea Green's going to be Raw's general manager. Now that's just a rumor. Now it's not in sand. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. That's just a rumor there. Anyway, I'm taking Drew McIntyre in this one. I think he's. What I'm hearing is he's going to take the belt and he's going to turn heel. We'll see how that goes. So, Raw Women's Championship. You know who we're both taking? Bianca Belair versus Asuka.
Sir.
I mean, I like Asuka, but I like Bianca Belair better. I think she's better in this match. She better look out, though, because, she's got a lot of people on her back. And I was told there might be even coming up with a fatal 4-way for the number one contendership for one of the belts. So if they do come up with that match, it'll probably be on the pre-show for WrestleMania. But I'll let you know if that happens. That might be happening. SmackDown Women's Championship. Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley. I take Charlotte Flair. Who do you take?
Yeah, I'm never betting against Charlotte.
No, not at all, especially at WrestleMania. All right, here we go. The undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. The Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I'm going to make a prediction. Okay? You ready?
Uh-huh.
I will say this prediction, and if it happens, it happens, and if it doesn't, I'm wrong, and I always admit when I'm wrong. I say that WrestleMania is going to be the fall of both the Bloodline and the Judgment Day. I'm taking Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Wow.
Because don't forget we got Finn Balor versus Edge in a Hell in a Cell match. And I hope I have an announcement to make that Gangrel, his old friend Gangrel, is going to be in his corner outside the cage.
All right.
Edge is bringing back his old friend Gangrel. Now, I was wrong when I said Christian Cage was coming back too, because there was a rumor that the three of them were all going to come back to take out Judgment Day, and Beth Phoenix was going to be part of the group too. There was going to be an eight person tag match, and they were going to take a loser leaves town match. They were going to do something like that, or loser gets out of WWE. So, which means if the Judgment Day, and it was going to be an 8-person match like that, that was supposed to be the match, but I guess they couldn't get Christian Cage. So now it's just going to be Finn Balor, Edge with Gangrel in his corner. So what do you think of that? Who do you take in that match?
Man, that's going to be tough. What do you think?
I'm taking Edge. I'm telling you, the Judgment Day's going down. I'm telling you. They're going down. Because I don't know if you listened to the recording from last week that we played on I know you came on late. We played on Wrestle Talk last Thursday at the beginning. There's some animosity between all four of them. They're just not acting like it. Finn Balor and Damian Priest are both jealous of Rhea Ripley and of Dom. Now that Dom is fighting his father, Rhea didn't want him to do that, or Rhea wanted them to do it or something like that. And there's some friction in the group. And then Rhea's already said that win, lose, or draw, she's leaving the Judgment Day. She wants to kind of carve her own niche, I guess, or her own career. And now there's some dissension within the group. And I heard this is for real. And that's why I think that WrestleMania is going to be the fall of both the Bloodline and the Judgment Day. If it doesn't happen at WrestleMania, I think the Judgment Day might go down on the Raw afterwards. Okay?
Okay.
All right, because the Raw after WrestleMania is always a hot Raw. That's one of the best Raws of the year, because you're coming off of WrestleMania. There's some different things going on. All right, here we go. Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul.
Oh man, ooh, that right hand is lethal. But I got to go with the man's husband.
Yeah, Seth Rollins. Yeah, I'm taking Seth Rollins too. Yeah, they have him. They have him favored to win. There's a few publications and.
Well, we can bet on it. Can we bet on it?
And if you live in Michigan, if you want to drive to Michigan,
you're right.
You want to drive to Michigan? Hey, Detroit needs some help there, Smokin. Jim, why don't you give them some of that money that you win? I heard the city's bankrupt and they have a casino there. And then I heard that they're closing up 26 Burger Kings in the area because they can't make money.
Unbelievable.
You know who else needs your help too? Portland, Oregon. They closed all the Walmarts in Portland, and now they're closing up all the what you call it, the old country store, whatever that's what a country I can't remember the name off the top of my head right now. Or Cracker Barrel, old country stores. They're closing them all. Closing them all in Portland. Closing all the Walmarts.
What?
Yeah. Yep. Closing them all. So, Portland's in bad shape. I heard I did some checking, I looked around, and I heard that they're worse than Pittsburgh. If you thought we had it bad with homeless people, they have it's worse there. And I'll tell you what, when I was in Raleigh a few years back, I had to go down there to deal with my aunt's estate when she passed. And when I was down in Raleigh, North Carolina, they have a czar. They have a person that works for the city that actually handles the homeless people. And he has a plan. Not like the one in Los Angeles. The one in Los Angeles, he's way over his head. I watched the nightly news or something, and they showed all these homeless camps. People were out on sidewalks blocking up businesses. The whole community's homeless, and it's like a big community. Yeah, it's bad down there. It's the worst. It's number one in the country. Anyway, let's get back to wrestling here for a minute. I'm taking Seth Rollins as well. United States Championship, Austin Theory versus John Cena. I think this is John Cena's one night only. I don't know. I don't think he'll beat Theory, but if he does, I hear that if he does win the belt from Theory, the predictions I'm hearing and reading about, they're saying he'll hold it for about a month. Either Theory or somebody will get it off of him. Cena, what do you think?
I think John Cena's going to win.
Yeah, he always wins big matches. JBL used to call him Big Match John because he always wins the big matches. Undisputed WWE Universal title Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, and we got one more match that I forgot to mention too. But anyway, who you taking between Roman and Cody?
Whew, man, that's gonna be tough because Cody's so popular right now, and it
Yes,
seems
he
like
is.
it's time. But
Yes.
I just can't believe that somebody can beat the bloodline by themselves without any help.
Right.
Because something's going to happen. So I got to give it to Roman.
Okay, Brock Lesnar versus Almost. Who you taking?
Almost.
I'm taking Brock for experience. He has more
Okay.
experience wrestling. Almost can't really wrestle. If you get
Right.
Almost and Brock Lesnar are one and the same. You get them both in a match that goes more than 5 minutes, forget it. Okay, but see, Brock has had more experience in that because remember some of the
Yeah.
matches he did against Roman Reigns. In fact, on Sunday on A&E, they had the rivals thing between Brock and Roman. That was a great broadcast there. They showed that. That was nice. That was a good one. You got to check that out when you get a chance on A&E. The rivals and the biography before that. Got to check them out. So
Okay.
anyway, but that's what's going on with that. I think it's going to be Brock Lesnar for experience purposes, and if you piss Brock off good enough, he'll destroy you. Almost, I think he needs more seasoning. He needs to be more of a wrestler, not just a brawler. Goldberg's like that. That's why WWE don't want Goldberg back. He's going to the AEW. That's a rumor going around. He's going to AEW. Tony Khan's stepping on that. Oh, I wanted to tell you, Josh Alexander got hurt down there in Impact.
Really?
Yeah, he's hurt. He had to forfeit the belt. He just won it back too, and he had to forfeit it. He's hurt.
Wow.
So and Scott D'Amore's back. So and he brought guys from the locker room out. Bully Ray was doing something. I forget what he was. Oh, he was putting Tommy Dreamer through a table, and he has a couple goons that work with him, and the goons were helping him out, and then Scott D'Amore come out with about 6 wrestlers, and he went after his goons, but he didn't get Bully Ray, and he put his goons through the table. But Scott D'Amore's back, so I just want to let you know that with Impact.
Okay.
Yeah, Scott D'Amore is back, and the guy that used to be the one that was with Jungle Boy. That big Tyrannosaurus looking dude with the mask. Remember him?
Yeah.
Luchasaurus. That was his name, Luchasaurus. Well, I got news for you. He's back wrestling. He don't have a mask. He's a giant guy, and he's been fighting Trevor Murdoch down there in NWA. And now Murdoch's going to have to go against him. Murdoch is the title holder now. He beat the former Brodus Clay. They just call him Brutus or Brute or whatever his name is down there in NWA. I want to let you know that as well. So,
Okay.
And I still haven't found out where Nick Aldis is gone. I do know he's supposed to be going. He was supposed to come to the WWE, but that's not happening. He's in Japan, and I heard he might sign with New Japan Wrestling. We're going to see what's going on, Smokin' Jim. A lot of contracts running out all over the place. We're going to see where people go. It's going to be like a shuffle, So, all right, let's go over our top 10s for tonight here, Smokin' Jim. We're going to do this, and then we're going to wrap things up, I think. All right.
Okay.
Top 10 real life. All right. Let's see. Real life. Wait a minute here. Real life fiends. Or I'm sorry. People or pens that no one knew about. All right. So, real life trends that no one knew about. Wrestlers who are against other wrestlers. I'm sorry. I can't pronounce how they put this, but number 10, Sin Cara versus everybody. Okay. Here's a good one here. Avilalis versus Thunder Rosa. I remember that one. That was a good one. And then here, Lacey Evans and Lars Sullivan. All right, that was a big mess there. She was against Lars Sullivan being in wrestling and all that stuff, and she even came out and even said it that she was against it. Joey Janela and Enzo Amore. Oh my gosh! Wow. I can imagine that one. Well, Joey Janela is a good wrestler. Enzo Amore's a goof. So, I don't, he's an MLW and he runs around the independents. That's what he's doing now. AEW doesn't want him. WWE don't want him back. So what are you going to do? You know what I mean? So Cora J, number 6 and Darby Allin. I remember that one. That was a great rivalry there, a great thing there. Let's see, Chris Jericho and Shotzi. Now, Chris Jericho made some comments about Shotzi lately, saying that she doesn't belong in wrestling and all that stuff. So there we are there. Next, number 4, Seth Rollins and Riddle. Remember, Seth Rollins didn't want Riddle around. He was like, forget you. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, he might get his wish, too. That's another story, too. Riddle might not be coming back at all. I was told he's coming back Monday after WrestleMania, him and Randy Orton. We're going to see what happens with that. But now I'm hearing stories that may not even happen because they're not sure if they can trust Riddle. So I don't know. They might buy out his contract and say goodbye. That's what they just might do. Alberto Del Rio and Triple H. They hated each other. Next, the very first one. Number 1 is Kazabo versus oh wow, I can't even read my own handwriting. That's a shame. Carabo versus something I can't remember, but that was number 1. Top 10 WWE success stories that should have sucked. Okay, you ready for this one? Vince McMahon Stooges. Remember that? That was funny, and it was supposed to. It wasn't going to work. All right. The Hurricane, when he was in WCW, the Hurricane. Remember him? That wasn't supposed to work.
Yeah.
But then he carried it on to the WWE. Okay. The Too Cool, Scotty Hardy, Too Cool, imitating the Hardys. See, Too Cool, he always, Scotty Too Hardy, he used to imitate people all the time. So he imitated the Hardys, and that actually worked. And it was, remember, I don't know if you remember when Jay Lethal was in TNA and he used to imitate Randy Savage. He'd come out dressed like him and everything else. Yeah. So it's a similar thing there. Number 7, Triple H revamps the War Games. Yeah, I thought that was pretty good when we had the War Games during Survivor Series with the Bloodline. I thought that was pretty good. I liked that. He had that with NXT before Vince McMahon took over. And then when McMahon took over, he didn't bother with it. But War Games is back, and it was back this year on the main roster. And he may keep it back. I heard it worked, so there we are. Judgment Day 2.0, number 6. Success stories that were supposed to suck. So here we are. All right. Number 5, The New Day. Number 5, The New Day. No one thought The New Day was ever going to work, and it did. And it's been around a long time, too. All right. Sami Zayn will invade the Bloodline. They say that's number 4 of something that they thought was going to suck, and it ended up working. What do you think of that one?
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. I wouldn't have thought that would have worked, but it did.
Okay, here we go. Mankind as Dude Love. Remember that one? When he was Dude Love against Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I thought about that.
They said that worked. That was funny, man. I enjoy. I got a kick out of that. And Mr. Socko, number 2, Mr. Socko, from another one of Mankind's things or whatever. That was good. Number 1, you ready? The number 1 match that they thought was going to suck, and it didn't, was at last year's WrestleMania, Undertaker versus AJ Styles in a Boneyard match. And that tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is our 2 top 10s tonight. We kind of condensed a little bit of the show tonight, but once again, I'm sending this show out to in dedication of my 18-year-old nephew, Sean Negley Jr., who went to be with the Lord today. And I want to thank everyone for your support and your prayers. And now we're making arrangements to get things put together for his viewing and everything else. But don't worry, tomorrow night, Blog Talk Radio 347-205-9631 for you to listen in. wrestling and sports talk. We got a lot to talk about tomorrow. Smokin' Jim, myself, you, and Mark. We're going to be talking sports and wrestling tomorrow, especially WrestleMania, and a whole lot more all coming up tomorrow night at 7:30 on Block Talk Radio. Please don't forget to mark that on your calendar. Also, Friday at 5 p.m., myself, Mark Mancini, the external bum. Who do you think? Who do you think's the biggest bum is in sports, Smokin' Jim? Who's the biggest bum?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I know you've seen a lot of bums. Who do you think's the biggest bum?
Oh man, I can't even think right now.
You know what? There's so many of them. You can't think about who the bums are.
That's it, brother.
And on Saturday, 5 p.m., Sports Corner with myself and Smokin' Jim Frazier, PCTV, Channel 21, Comcast 47, Verizon Cable. And please do not forget to tune in at 6 o'clock p.m. to Steel City Sports World with Claudia Rosano, Luther Dupree, and Smokin' Jim Frazier as well. It's a doubleheader, Smokin' Jim Frazier, every Saturday on PCTV, Channel 21, Comcast 47, Verizon Cable in Allegheny County, Western Pennsylvania, on our Facebook page, our PCTV's Facebook page. Please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm up to 92. I need 8 more to make 100. So go out there, call your friend, call your cousin, call somebody, get them to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can check all of our archive versions of our shows, including last night's Sports Corner, which we archive, or you can check an archive version of the show from 2 weeks ago, where we had our triple header of guests on the show. For Smokin' Jim Frazier, I'm Ralph Williams. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great night and be safe.